first meal that I'm going to be making is protein oats. So this is something that I literally used to eat every single morning because I was obsessed, probably for about 6 months, which sounds a little bit crazy, but it just tastes so good. So what I do is I use plain rolled oats. So I don't use quick oats or anything like that. I do prefer to cook them on my stovetop. If you have less time, then you can definitely get quick oats and you can pop them in the microwave, but we don't have a microwave, and I just find that they taste so much creamier and so much yummier if I do cook them on the stovetop. So what I do is I get, ooh, spilled it everywhere already. I get a 1/4 cup and I do 2 of those, so basically half a cup. Then I add water. Now if you want to add milk of your choice, go ahead. I just prefer to add water because of all the things that I add into it, but you'll see. I'll quickly show you the consistency just so you see. I make it quite liquid because I add quite a few powders. It usually takes me about 2 or 3 minutes for it to get the consistency that I like. So as you can see, it does not take very long even on the stovetop. Little tip as well, if you are cooking it on the stovetop, just remember to keep stirring it, because if you don't, it'll start to stick to the bottom of the pot and you'll lose half of your breakfast, which is not what you want at all.
You lift my heart up when the rest of me is down. You enchant me even when you're not around.
You can see it's still very runny. So what I like to add into it to make it taste absolutely delicious, and basically like a cake batter in the morning. As I always say, I have a massive sweet tooth, and I just love this meal because it's healthy but it tastes really naughty, so it's good to start the day sometimes like that. I always like to add a source of protein to my oats. The Topeka lean protein in vanilla. It is a vegan protein, so if you are plant-based, you are vegan, this is a great option, and it is really good for your stomach and it doesn't make you feel yucky and clogged up for the day. So I just add 2 tablespoons of this. The next thing I like to add is a teaspoon of maca powder. The reason that I add this is it kind of has like a caramelly honeycomb taste, so it does just make it taste a little bit yummier, and it is really good for your hormones, so you to get supporting your body to give you more energy throughout the day. So I like to have this because I have cut back on my coffee, so it just gives me that little bit of oomph that I need when I feel like I do want another coffee. The next thing I like to have as well is the cacao powder. This just makes it really chocolatey, so you don't have to add it in if you don't want to. And I just add a teaspoon of that as well. And like I said, I add lots of powders. I love to add this in just to make it extra chocolatey. So it's the 365 Nourish Greens powder. It is incredible. So it is full of, how many is it? 20 superfoods in there, and it's vegan, so if you're plant-based or vegan, totally fine to have. And it's just so good to know that you're adding extra nutrients into your body in a meal like this, because most of the time when you think of having oats or cereal, most people would say it's not a very nutritious meal. So I just love adding this in just to know that I'm starting my day right with a lot of nutritional value in my meal. So I just add a teaspoon of, and basically this is why I said it needs a lot of liquid. I then just mix it all together. And that is why I add so much water into my oats, because I add that many powders. If I don't have a lot of water in here, this just goes really doughy. It goes really doughy. So having enough water in there is what is going to make it key to being nice and creamy. So now I have my carbs and my protein in that meal, so that's already a good meal. But I always like to have a healthy source of fat, because I feel that's what makes me feel fullest for the longest amount of time. Before, but I am absolutely still obsessed with it. So this is the source of healthy fats that I add to my oats in the morning. So I don't know, I usually do like that much. I don't know, it really depends how I'm feeling with how much I add. Track, so I'm not going to put the macros because I haven't weighed it, but roughly ballpark this meal would probably be around 500 to 550 calories, which is a good size for a meal, especially in the morning. Last thing that I like to add is berries on top because I love berries. So today I'm going to have raspberries. So usually I choose between raspberries, blueberries or strawberries, basically just whatever I'm feeling on the day. So yeah guys, that's my meal. I'm a no food YouTuber or anything like that, so my food doesn't look appetizing, but it tastes absolutely delicious, and that is the final product. It's now lunchtime, so now meal number 2. I am going to make a Mexican fajita inspired nourish bowl. I'm going to use some coconut oil in the pan, and I just add like a teaspoon in. My first thing is I'm going to have some pumpkin. So I basically just chop it up into like tiny little pieces so that it cooks nice and quickly.
I'm so captured, got me wrapped up in your touch.
Okay, so my little tip for making this cook nice and quickly on the pan is to cover it so that it kind of starts to steam while I am cutting up the rest of what I'm going to add into this kind of vegetable concoction. And the next thing, because it is fajita inspired, is going to be some capsicum. So I just cut it into strips and just add that into the pan as well. I'm sure I shouldn't own a cooking show because I am terrible at this, but you know, it's what you guys wanted, so it's what you are getting. The next thing, like always, like nearly every video, same with pumpkin, is zucchini. I just do like zucchini and I just love it, so it pretty much goes in almost every meal that I have. Just make sure to kind of stir it around, otherwise it starts to get burnt at the bottom. Last thing that I'm going to add in is just some buttercup mushrooms because Mexican and I love mushrooms, especially when I eat Mexican food. I don't actually know if they're Mexican, but like I don't know if they're meant to go with Mexican food, but I thoroughly enjoy them with my Mexican food, so I always put them in there.
I feel we're close enough. I wanna lock in your
Also just gonna add some garlic into there. Obviously it adds flavour to the meal. It's like half a teaspoon, or depending how much you like garlic. I really love garlic, so I tend to add more than what most people would want to add, but just make it to your taste buds. So while that is cooking and steaming up, I'm just going to make a little bit of guac. Avocado is my favorite source of healthy fat, so I will probably have about half of this. I also have a little bit left of another one. I'll just kind of mix that all up. I'm going to add some salt, pepper, and a tiny little bit of lemon in.
Could I lock in your love, baby? I feel we're close enough. I wanna lock in your love. I think we're close enough. Could I lock
So yeah, I just make it that consistency. That's how I like it. I don't like it too smooth. So yeah, but you can make it however you want to, I guess. It's all up to you. These can be fully customizable to whatever vegetables, protein, whatever you kind of want to use. You use what you like. You don't have to use the exact same things. I'm just showing you that it can be done very quick and very simple. This is a little bit of a cheat thing, but I did cook this chicken last night. It is just in like fajita spice mix. We did have fajitas last night, so this chicken is left over, but you know, chicken is really quick to make. This would have cooked up in like less than about 5-10 minutes, just because I sliced them really thin. And there's also just brown onion, that I chopped up and added in. In my bowl, I'm just going to add some lettuce and spinach. And for my dressing, I'm just going to put some apple cider vinegar. You can use whatever dressing you want, but just try and stick to something like a vinaigrette or like some olive oil with some vinaigrette. Don't go for, you know, the really creamy, heavy dressings, because most of the time if they're from the supermarket, they are full of sugars and preservatives. This smells so friggin' delicious and I can't wait to eat it. And it just, oh my goodness, look at it all. And voila, there's my lunch. I'm now on to meal number 3. Tonight I am doing a vegan shepherd's pie. Using lentils for the ingredient as my protein. This meal actually would be really quick, except I bought packet dried lentils instead of tinned lentils. So, you know, if you want it to be super quick, tin lentils is the way to go. At the moment I'm just currently prepping because I just got home from the gym and I look disgusting and I want to have a shower because I feel gross, but I want to get this started because the dry lentils do take a lot longer than obviously just pouring a tin into the pan. I am just boiling my pots of water and I have just cut some sweet potato up as well, which is going to be the top layer of my shepherd's pie. I'm just out of the shower now and my potatoes are ready to be mashed up, so I'm just literally going to mash them and add a tiny bit of salt and pepper. If you want to add, you know, butter or cream or whatever you like to have in your mashed potato, go ahead, but I just like to mash it by itself. And excuse my outfit, guys, like, you know, it's night time, it's my PJs. No one can look that good at night time, can they, at home? I don't know if I told you, but I also am preheating the oven, so it's on 180 because this obviously goes in the oven afterwards just to cook it up a little bit more. If you want to add cheese on top, you can. I think I'm going to add a tiny bit of almond meal to make it like a crusty pie type of top, but we'll see. We'll see what I'm feeling when I get there. Just going to add a little bit of olive oil to the pan because I feel, oh, doesn't want to focus. Anyway, it's just unfiltered extra virgin olive oil. I'm just going to use half an onion because there's quite a lot of onion in there. Whoa. Whoa, they're now strong that they're cooking. Just adding some garlic to the pan. About a teaspoon of that. I'm going to just cut up some mushrooms to add into there as well. I know not everyone likes mushrooms, so you don't have to add them in there if you don't want to, but the option is there. I realise this is like a really bad version of like ready, steady, cook. I mean, that's already bad, and you know, well, you know, I'm trying. I'm also going to add some peas just for some extra greens, and you know, shepherd's pie and peas I think is the bomb. So we are going to be having those in there. The thing with this meal as well is if you are trying to eat lower carb, you can use like cauliflower on top if you wanted to. So make like a cauliflower mash, or you could do like a pumpkin mash, or kind of a mix of both, just to lower the carb intake because sweet potato is quite high in carbs. So if you are trying to, you know, go for a lower calorie option, you can always do that. But keep in mind, I don't cut anything out, and even so, this meal is still very low calorie. It just really depends on your taste buds and your goals, I guess. I'm gonna add a whole tin of tomatoes. Just got this organic tomato paste. It doesn't have to be organic, but just try and find one that doesn't have any additives in it. So as you can see, this is just, I don't know if you can read that, 98% organic tomatoes and salt. So you don't want anything that has like added, whoa, I went blurry. You don't want anything that has like added sugars or heaps of preservatives. So with this, I'm just going to put about 2 tablespoons of it in. Ugh. If I can get it open. adding a little bit of salt in there. I love pink Himalayan salt, it's so good for you. I'm just going to add some mixed herbs in as well. Make it tasty. Oh. Does anyone else hate these shakers with herbs? Like nothing comes out. Who are you trying to fool? So I'm just going to get my baking dish and add that all into here. I think it's going to be like probably a bit too much. I'm just going to put the sweet potato on top. I'm going to pop that in the oven probably for about 15 minutes. So this is what it looks like served up. So nice and delicious, and there is so much there. Like I always say, I always cook double the amount so that we always have enough to take for lunch the next day, and that is how I meal prep. So I don't spend like a whole day meal prepping my week. I find it boring and I find I just get bored of the foods. So if you find that that's you and you fall into that category and you realize you just can't be bothered and you end up just picking shit and buying stuff from the cafeteria or the cafe down the road, just a good idea is to make double the amount. You're sorted for dinner and you're sorted for lunch the next day, and it's going to save you a whole hell of a lot of money, and it's going to be yummy and nutritious, and you're going to know exactly what you're putting into your body. Guys, I'm going to end my vlog here now. Thank you so much for watching. Just remember to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below with what recipe you're going to try first, and just hit the notification bell as well, because then that will tell you when I upload every single week. Thank you. Bye.